Hey guys, Ostrich Vox here. I just got back from New York Comic Con last night, so here's my breakdown of what was at the Steven Universe panel. I also went to the regular show panel on Cartoon Network Ball. I'll make some videos on them, but I'm sure you guys are really excited for Steven Universe panel. I know I'm a few days late. I ended up not having any time to make these videos until after I got home, but better late than never. Now, they released a clip of Gem Harvest the night before the panel, and I was like, please tell me this isn't the clip they're showing at the panel. And it was kind of half right, half wrong, because they did show that clip, but a longer version of it, with the opening of the episode. Steven's spending the night at the barn, and he finds that Peridot and Lapis are trying to bring food to life, trying to grow their own crops, because they miss Gem Soldiers back on Homeworld. Not that they actually miss Gem Soldiers, but they are very lonely around the barn. And it's different from Homeworld, where there were soldiers everywhere. Once Steven explains that Peridot can't bring food to life, she can't bring the cob of corn she just grew to life, he realizes that he can, which takes us to the clip that Cartoon Network released. Steven made a pumpkin dog. It's clinging to him because he made it, but it quickly changes its tune after Steven carves out a pumpkin. Which, oh my god, that was way more hysterical in person. The entire ballroom was cracking up.
Yes! Maybe they're ready right now. Aww. Hello, Corn? Maybe she can't hear me in there. I made you in my image, you will do as I said! You didn't think the corn was gonna walk right out of the ground when you told it to, did you? That's not how vegetables work. It's not. Well then, what's the point of corn? I have to admit, I've really been starting to miss the pitter-patter of full-size Gem Soldiers.
It does get pretty quiet around here.
Come on, Lapis. Let's go disassemble the tractor.
All I wanted to do was make a living vegetable. Wait, I know how to do that. God, it says not to lick stuff I find on the ground, but this is for a good cause.
But I think what was bigger than that clip was the fact that Gem Harvest will be a half-hour episode airing in November. I believe it's going to air on Thanksgiving or near Thanksgiving, so that'll be towards the end of the month. And it looks like that'll actually be our only episode for the rest of the year, unless there's a Steven bomb or something beforehand, because networks don't do new episodes in December, besides like Christmas specials, just because December, the winter time, is a ratings killer. But everyone who was saying this was a filler really kind of changed their tune after it was revealed that this is a half-hour episode, because clearly they're not going to do a half-hour filler. This is going to be a major episode, and just from this clip, it was like a 3-4 minute clip. We still don't really know what direction this episode's going in. Just from the intro, it looks like it'll either deal with Homeworld, since Peridot mentioned Homeworld and the pitter-patter soldiers, and the fact that she was trying to grow food, accompany her like Homeworld, or is it just going to directly deal with these crops? Or will it be something like Super Watermelon Island, where we have these brought to life food, these brought to life crops and plants, and they combat against a Homeworld soldier or something? I'll make a prediction video on it, but this is certainly going to be a big episode because they're making it a half hour. They didn't say, oh, it'll be per this episode. They said it'll be a half hour like Bismuth. So this is the show's second 22-minute episode, half hour special, and I hope we see the return of anime eye catches. Rebecca also performed Here Comes the Thought. I thought Stevani's voice actor was going to perform, but it sounded like she had a sore throat. She sounded very hoarse, so that obviously wasn't going to happen.
Flexibility, love, and trust. Take a moment to think of just flexibility, love, and trust. Here comes a thought that might alarm you. What someone said and how it harmed you. Something you did that failed to be charming. Things that I said are suddenly swarming, and oh, I'm losing sight, I'm losing touch. All of these little things seem to matter so much. that they confuse you, that I might lose you. Take a moment and remind yourself to take a moment and find yourself. Take a moment and ask yourself if this is how we fall apart. But it's not, but it's not, but it's not, but it's not, but it's not. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. You've got nothing, got nothing, got nothing, got nothing to fear. I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. And it was just a thought, just a thought, just a thought, just a thought, just a thought. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. We can watch, we can watch, we can watch, we can watch them go by. From here, from here, from here. Take a moment to think of just flexibility, love, and trust. Take a moment to think of just flexibility, love, and trust.
There you go.
Rebecca Sugar and Tim Sharpling, Greg's voice actor, also performed a song called I Could Never Be Ready from an upcoming episode called 3 Gems and a Baby.
I could never be ready. Ready?
It's so hard doing these songs. Just so you know, every time we do them, it takes me about an hour and a half by the time the session's done. So if it's 40 seconds long on the show, that means it's 2 hours in a recording booth with me not being able to sing.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. I could never be, I could never be, I could never be ready for this. I could never be, I could never be, I could never be ready. Things start and things end, and isn't it lovely in theory, Bob? I could never be, I could never be, I could never be ready.
And just from the song alone and the episode title, you already know where this is going. I feel like this actually might be the final flashback episode we have because it's apparent this is going to be about Rose giving birth to Steven, Rose passing on, and Steven's birth, and the aftermath of that. And while we could see more episodes in the past of just Steven growing up, it seems like this really will be the last time we'll see Rose and Greg together in a flashback setting. Unless there are more stories to tell in between then, but I kind of doubt it because this is how the flashback episodes have been built up. In the first one, Rose meets Greg. Second one, they're already dating. Greg learns about fusion. And even though he can't fuse with Rose physically, he can spiritually, symbolically. But there is a way for them to still fuse, and that is making Steven, which Greg the babysitter. Rose learned about babies. They took care of a baby together. Rose adored baby sour cream, so logically, it seems like next is going to be to have a baby. And that's where 3 Gems and a Baby comes in. While they can never be ready for such a task, they still want to do it. They just want to go for it. And really, what more of the story is there to tell after that? And it would also feel very, very, very awkward if they did more episodes set in the past after Rose died, giving birth to Steven. I know a lot of people are like, oh, Rose didn't die. And I'll make a video clarifying on this later, but Rose is gone forever. If Steven got poofed, he just died. Rose wouldn't come back. And the reason is the DNA, well, not really DNA, but the data in that gem, inside that rose quartz gem, is Steven now. When he was born, that DNA was overwritten. It went from Rose's body and her memories being stored into that gem to Steven's. It became a clean slate. Because of that, Rose cannot come back. But regardless, I'm really excited for the episode 3 Gems and a Baby. However, I wonder how much of Rose is actually going to be in that because it's called 3 gems and the babies, obviously referring to Garnet, Amethyst, and Pearl with Steven. That's all we really got for news, but through Q&A, Rebecca Sugar also confirmed that those gems that Jasper were hunting and eventually fused with were indeed other Jaspers. If you theorized that or went along with the theories about that, clap your hands, pat yourself on the back, great job. I mean, yeah, it was kind of obvious, but I was still kind of on the fence about it just because their gems were different from Jasper's. But design-wise, it makes perfect sense because Jasper's gem is her nose, while these other Jaspers would look very awkward having Jasper's shape and size of a gem on other parts of their body and nothing where their nose is. And that's why I want to see what other Jaspers look like, because if every gem has a different placement, where is Jasper's? I mean, other Jaspers, like, do they have a nose? Do they just have nothing where Jasper's gem is, since her gem is her nose? These are valid questions that I have. Regardless, the reason why Jasper went after other Jaspers is because she wouldn't have been down to fuse with anybody else. She only wanted to fuse with other Jaspers, her own kind, because they are dependable and she knows they are strong. Because of that, it was simply a no-brainer. Now, people can make the argument, okay, but she wanted to fuse with Lapis twice. Well, that was because she was already Malachite once, and that was a desperate move. But the second time, it was because she was addicted to Malachite. She loved the taste, the feel of Malachite. So of course she wants to go back for more. But here, since these were other Jaspers, I feel like she always intended to fuse with them. That's why she was just keeping them around. They were more than just her army. They were like her backup batteries for power. Good old Jasper. Love or hate her, she's still corrupted, so not much we can do about that. Also, someone asked Rebecca Sugar, she was her own gemstone, what would her weapon be? And she said control over music, having power over music, and I really don't know what else anybody was expecting for that answer, because she loves her music. And we love her music. Anyways, I'm gonna see if there's a full recording of the panel online, because there's some really good Q&A in there, and I wasn't able to record it all, and I wasn't able to write it down, so my memory's pretty foggy on that, just because I was focusing on everything else, and everything that happened after that panel. But it was still a great time, and I hope to go again. And I'll definitely get a video on the regular show panel sometime this week. There wasn't as much news for there was still some news. And also, I kind of killed the little hype train they had going by my question at the panel. So if you were there and you had a recording of me asking my question, and me keep talking until eventually I kind of indirectly diss them, please let me know. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. It really helps me out. There's a lot of Comic-Con videos I want to get out. I definitely want to get one out on the Cartoon Network ball, because there's some really great costumes there at the costume contest, and I got a really cute recording of all the Steveverse cosplayers singing We Are the Crystal Gems. So, Shrek Vox, signing out.